माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव
जय राम माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राम जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरन यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम हरे राम जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा शील प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय सर्ववेद भक्तवृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. So today we are reading from Canto 3, chapter 27, verse number 6. Yamadhibir yogapathir abhyasan shraddha yanvitha Mae bhavena satyena matkata shravanena cha yamadibhir yogapatair abhyasan shraddhayanvita Mai bhavena satyena matkata shravanena cha. You understand? Yamadibhir yogapatair abhyasan shraddhayanvita Mai bhavena satyena matkata shravanena cha Yamadibhir yogapater
Abhyasam Shradaya Vita
abhyashan satayanvita
Mai Bhavena Satyena Matkata Shravanena Cha
matkata shravanena cha. Synonym. Yama adibhi,
Yama Advi
beginning with Yama.
Beginning with Yama
Yoga pathay,
Yoga Pataya
by the yoga system.
by the yoga system
Abhyasan,
Abhyasan
practicing.
practicing
Shraddhaya anavit,
Shradaya Anavita,
with great faith,
with great faith,
my
my
unto me,
unto me,
bhavena,
Bhave,
with devotion,
with devotion,
satyena,
Satena,
unalloyed,
unalloyed,
matkatha,
Madhkatha,
stories about me,
stories about me,
shravena,
Shravana,
shravanena,
Shravanena,
by hearing,
by hearing,
cha,
Cha-
and translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. One has to become faithful by practicing the controlling process of the yoga system and must elevate himself to the platform of unalloyed devotional service by chanting and hearing about me. Purport. Yoga is practiced in 8 different stages: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Yama and niyama means practicing the controlling process by following strict regulation, and asana refers to the sitting posture. These help raise one to the standards of faithfulness in devotional service. The practice of yoga by physical exercise is not the ultimate goal. The real end is to concentrate and to control the mind and train oneself to be situated in faithful devotional service. Bhavena or bhava is a very important factor in the practice of yoga or in any spiritual process. Bhava is explained in Bhagavad Gita 10.8. Buddha bhava samanvita. One should be observed in the thought of love of Krishna. When one knows that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the source of everything and that everything emanates from him, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, then one understands the Vedanta aphorism.
aphorism,
aphorism. Janmade Ashya Yatha, the original source of everything. And then he can become absorbed in bhava or the preliminary stage of love of Godhead. Rupa Goswami explained very nicely in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu how this bhava or preliminary stage of love of Godhead is achieved. He states that one, first of all, has to become faithful. Shraddhayanvita. Faith is attained by controlling the senses, either by yoga practice, following the rules and regulation, and practicing the sitting posture, or by engaging directly in bhakti yoga, as recommended in the previous verse. Of the 9 different items of bhakti yoga, the first and foremost is to chant and hear about the Lord. That is also mentioned here. Mat kata shravanena cha. One may come to the standard of faithfulness by following the rules and regulation of the yoga system. And the same goal can be achieved simply by chanting and hearing about the transcendental activities of the Lord. The word cha is significant. Bhakti yoga is direct and the other process is indirect. But even if the indirect process is taken, there is no success unless one comes fully to the direct process of hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. Therefore, the word Satyena is used here. In this connection, Swami Sridhar Swami comments that Satyena means ni, 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 nishkapatena, without duplicity. The impersonalists are full of duplicity. Sometimes they pretend to execute devotional service, but their ultimate idea is to become one with the Supreme. This is duplicity, kapata. The Bhagavatam does not allow this duplicity. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated, Paramo Nirmatsaranam. This treatise, Srimad Bhagavatam, is meant for those who are completely free from envy. The same point is again stressed here. Unless one is completely faithful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engage himself in the process of hearing and chanting, the glories of the Lord, there is no possibility of liberation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshulunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Mukum Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamam Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Karmanandam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. I seek blessing of all the devotees so that I can, with my limited consciousness, limited realization, can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada, in this purport and in this translation, Prabhupada is stressing, and Lord Kapila Dev is stressing the importance of chanting and hearing about Lord. I heard one of the Srila Prabhupada lecture, and even Shyam Kishore Prabhuji quotes that Bhakti Charu Maharaj Swami said that, how do you develop love for someone? So to develop love for someone, you need to hear about them. You need to hear the qualities of them. Then you will develop love. And if you continuously keep hearing about someone, you will continuously start remembering also. So by hearing, you will be remembering. So when you remember continuously about someone, automatically you will fall in love about them, if because the person you are hearing have so much good qualities. Then what we should hear, and from whom we should hear, that is also important. If you hear from some atheist, what you will hear about God from him? You will hear that he is some person sitting in, first of all, he says that there is no person like God. So if you keep hearing there is no person like God, there is no person like God, there is no person like God constantly, you will start believing that, you will develop faith that there is no God. So that faith is not good for us. So from whom we should hear? In Bhagavad Gita 9.2, in the translation, Prabhupada clearly says, that verse is Raj Vidya Raj Guyam, that this knowledge is very secret. And in that translation, Prabhupada said that you should hear only from the self-realized soul. When that person, the person who speaks through their realization will have ability to give you that kind of realization which they are going through. So this is very important, from whom we are hearing. We should always hear from self-realized person. We should always try to hear at least from self-realized person. Otherwise, our faith, we will develop a negative faith. There will be a faith, whether you have faith in God or you have faith in material energy, you always do things based on your faith. If you want to do something outside the something in material energy, if you want to start something like some job, some work or something, first of all you should have faith that will give you some fruits. If you don't have faith, you will not do that. Similarly, you should always have faith before starting devotional service. There are how devotional service starts. First, we will meet devotees, and in the association, we will develop faith. So how faith is developed? By hearing in the association of devotees. So that is most important thing. You should hear only in association of devotees. If you hear from impersonalists, Prabhupada is saying in this purport, they are kapata, they are duplicity, they have duplicity. So if you hear from them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condemned hearing from Mayavadi. He says that you never hear anything from Mayavadi. it will shaken your faith. So you should always hear in the association of devotees. We have a best example in Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj. There are so many examples, but I want to take the example of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj heard from Narad Muni when he was in the womb. And just by hearing from Narad Muni, not he just by hearing from Narad Muni, he got strong faith in Krishna, strong faith that his faith was so strong that it cannot be shaken up by anything, any material misery or any material happiness. It cannot be shaken. So just by hearing from a self-realized soul like Narad Muni has imparted his realizations to Prahlad Maharaj. Not only Prahlad Maharaj, there are so many other examples like Mrugari. Mrugari was a hunter, and his hunting technique was very cruel. Such a cruel personality coming in association of Narad Muni and hearing about the glories of Lord, and he developed faith in the process which Narad Muni said, and later he became a very pure devotee of Lord. His heart was changed in such an extent that he did not even want to kill ants. He did not even want to step on ants. He was so careful not to step on ants. So this is and also Ratnakar. Ratnakar was decoy, and even he was also he heard from Narad Muni about about what to glory of this process, and he developed faith and he changed, and later he became Valmiki and he wrote Ramayana. So this, and there is one more example. It's there in Tulsidas Ramayana. There was a bird called Kak Bushundi. So what is the story of Kak Bushundi? Kak Bushundi was a crow, but in his previous life he was he was he was a devotee of Lord Shiva, a great devotee of Lord Shiva. But he was only he was thinking that Vaishnavas are 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 worth not associating. So he would always worship Lord Shiva. But he took diksha from a guru who was a great Vaishnav. But even though Guru was a great Vaishnav, he still was worshipping Lord Shiva. One day, he was so much immersed in his sadhana for Lord Shiva. His guru came, and Guru was like, what happened? Some Vaishnavas came, and then he started chastising Vaishnava. Guru saw that, and Guru wanted to tell this devotee that no, this is not good. Vaishnava, even Lord Shiva is Vaishnava, so you should respect Vaishnava. But he did not bother to hear his words, and that envy in his heart for the Vaishnava was still there. So Lord Shiva immediately saw this, and he came to that place, and then he cursed that devotee, saying that you are worshipping me without having faith on Vaishnava. You are condemned to. I curse you to take 1,000 births. In those 1,000 births, you will have very painful life. You will take birth as snakes in all, and you will be killed very painfully. Like that, Lord Shiva cursed him. But Guru, since he was a Vaishnav, he had he was having a love towards all the living entity, compassion toward all the living entities, and he was his Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Nitai Patit Pawan Gauranga Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. But that and on the top of that, he was his disciple, so he prayed to Lord Shiva that please he did all this in his ignorance, please forgive him. I did not took any offense from him, so you please forgive him. Lord Shiva, seeing the compassion of his guru, became compassionate on that devotee. And then Lord Shiva said that his curse will not cannot be taken back, but he will take the 1,000 births. But in each thousand, as soon as he take birth, he will die. So in that way, he will finish his curse, and at the end, after he finishes curse, he will take a birth in a crow family, and he will get opportunity to hear about Lord Ram. So that was his boon to that devotee. Then that devotee took 1,000 births, died, and then by his good fortune, because of the benediction of Lord Shiva, one day Lord Shiva, in very secret, was sharing to Parvati Ramayana. It was in very secret, and Lord Shiva made sure that nobody is there to hear. And there was one bird on the tree where Lord Shiva was sitting, but that bird was sleeping. So Lord Shiva knew that there is no one hearing, but that bird in his sleep gave birth to a baby bird, a baby crow. And when Lord Shiva was sharing was sharing the secret Ramayana to Mother Parvati slept. But some Lord Shiva was so much absorbed in speaking Ramayana, he did not even notice on Mother Parvati. Mother Parvati slept. But when Lord Shiva was speaking about Ramayana, he could hear someone saying mm, mm, this sound. So Lord Shiva was thinking the Mother Parvati is giving this sound in response. But it was not the Mother Parvati, it was that baby bird who just took birth, started hearing Ramayana from Lord Shiva. And then later, Lord Shiva realized that, oh, Mother Parvati slept, and there is someone else hearing this secret story. So Lord Shiva immediately got angry and wanted to kill that bird. But then, because that bird heard Ramayana, Lord Shiva became compassion, and he just left. He left that bird, but that bird became Kak Bushundi. So there is a story in Ramayana that when Ram and Lakshman get uh, get bonded in the rope of snakes by Meghnad, and they couldn't free themselves. Then Lord Ram called Garuda, and Garuda comes and free Lord Ram and Lakshmana. But then Garuda developed some doubt that if he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am getting strength from him. How can he not free himself? Why he need my help? Then he got that doubt. So he was very much like he wanted to clear this doubt from someone. Then he went to Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva said that I cannot, you are a bird, you are king of bird. So I cannot clarify your doubt. So you have to go and hear from your own species. So you have to go and hear from some bird. Then only you will able to get out of this doubt. That was Lord Shiva's just trick to glorify to glorify Kakbhushani, that even a bird can speak this great philosophy if they have heard from self-realized soul, and if they have so much faith. So okay, so Garuda went to Kakbhushandi. So here you should see the status. Garuda is the king of the bird. He's eagle, and but more than that, he's a servant of the Lord and he's king of the bird. And Kakbhushandi is a crow. Crow is considered as a Shudra in bird community, and eagle is like a highly elevated in bird community. So you should see how just by hearing from the self-realized person, even the living entity in the crow body could able to get this kind of blessing. So Garuda came, took humble position in front of the crew, Kagbushundi, and then very humbly asked, I was sent here by Lord Shiva. You must be very great soul. That is the reason Lord Shiva Lord Shiva had sent me to you to hear from you about and I want to clarify my doubts. Then Kagbushundi started speaking the Ramayana to Garuda, and Lord Garuda was so much was went in ecstasy just by hearing Ramayana from Kagbushundi, and then it all his doubts were cleared and Kagbushundi was speaking about how Lord Ram was in when Narayan, and then Narad Muni was illusioned by the Maya of Narayan, and they have to create a Shri. Then all the that is very deep. Again, it will take a lot of time, so I don't want to go in that pastime. But Kagbushundi started speaking from start to end. Then Garuda just went in ecstasy, and all his doubts were cleared. So point here is, even though if you are in any body, whether you are in human body or any body, but if you get opportunity to hear from a self-realized soul, they can in they can give benediction to you by that you will able to observe the Krishna Katha. And not only that, we also have so many other stories in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that even when Lord Chaitanya in uh, Jharkhand forest, when he was going and when he was doing Sankirtan, all the animals there, because he supreme personality of Lord himself, but took as a position of a devotee, he was able just by hearing him chanting, all the animals got the love of God. Here Prabhupada is saying bhav. Prabhupada is speaking about bhav, how how you can develop bhava. You can develop bhava by hearing from by hearing about God, and with not just hearing with faith, you will able to develop bhava. And then and also here Prabhupada is saying that even though you follow any kind of process, ultimately you should chant and you should hear to get the love of God. It is not at all possible by karma yoga, dhyana yoga, or ashtanga yoga. These are all indirect process. You will able you will you here Prabhupada is saying that you will not even reach to the stage of bhav in those process until you chant and glorify Lord Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. I was hearing one lecture from His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj. He said that if somebody don't get cry just by hearing the name Krishna, hearing the names of Lord, their heart is very hard like a stone. It touched me because I never get when I chant every day at least 16 rounds, and I hear so much about Krishna. Still, I don't cry by hearing. So then Maharaj said, it's their heart is very hard like a stone. So then Maharaj said, what to do? Still keep on hearing. One day it will become melted like a butter. Then Maharaj was speaking this point when he was when he was telling about Krishna when he was a child. He was crawling. Krishna and Balram, they were very they couldn't even walk on their two legs at that point. They were just performing this pastime, so they were crawling. And when they were crawling, there was like some chain in their like anklets. and they were loving that sound of anklet so much that only to hear that sound of anklet they were crawling. Here Prabhupada says that what that anklet represent in their leg, that anklet represent the servant of the Krishna. So Krishna always want to hear the sound, always want to hear from his servant. So to hear from his servant, Krishna will always keeps on doing things like here in this example, when he stopped, that sound from the anklet stopped. Again to hear from that anklet, he started crawling. Again when he stopped, that sound stopped. Again he wanted to hear, so he started crawling. So this shows that Krishna, to hear from his devotee, he takes so many steps to come towards devotee, only to hear, and want to encourage the devotee always to speak about Krishna. So, so it's not like only devotee want to hear about Krishna. Krishna also want to hear from his devotees. So this is the significance. So Maharaj was saying, Krishna is so grateful to their devotees. Krishna is so merciful to their devotees that if somebody is even speaking about Krishna, even in the mocking way, he take it he take it like he becomes very happy that at least they are remembering me. So Krishna is so merciful, so grateful. If even though even after knowing these qualities, if somebody don't cry to in separation for Krishna, then their heart is very hard. So Maharaj was speaking in that way. But then later he said, you keep hearing, you keep hearing, you keep hearing. One day your heart will melt. Because how to attain love towards someone? Only by hearing. There is no other way you can attain love for someone. There, before you get you have before you experience love, you should know what kind of love you are experiencing. So you have to hear from self-realized soul in the association of devotees. So that is the importance of hearing. and and of course chanting. If you, while chanting, you are always hearing the name of Lord, and you should chant in such a way. Chanting is like crying for the service, crying for the mercy, crying to crying in separation, that you want to you are hankering for association of devotees, and you are hankering to get association of devotees and association of Supreme Lord. So chanting, if you chant in that mood, then you will, for sure you will attain perfection very quickly. Yesterday in our brahmachari class, uh, we were speaking, and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji has gave an example of one Baba in Vrindavan. He was a Muslim. That Baba's name is Rasa Khan. He was a Muslim, but he was so much attracted to the beauty of woman that he fell in love with some lady, and he was so much behind that lady, and he came to Vrindavan to see that girl. Then by his good fortune, he met son of Vallabhacharya. I forgot his name, but he met son of Vallabhacharya. Then then he told, you know, you are hankering for a beauty, some girl who is very beautiful, who is about to become like your grandmother in 20 to or 40 years. Do you love to see the face of your grandmother, like how you like how you are seeing the how you are hankering to see that lady? You will you still hanker to see that lady when she become like your grandmother? That and then Rasa Khan was like, he was like very much shocked by hearing this. Oh really? Yeah, it then then the son of Vallabhacharya said that if you really want to see someone who is very beautiful, you have to see Krishna. He is very beautiful. He is even after 1 million, 1 billion years, he will still remain very youthful and very much beautiful. Then Rasa Khan, in his curiosity, asked, "Where can I find this Krishna?" And then Maharaj Vallabhacharya son said that you go to this mountain. Here you will able to find Krishna. So he just one word of Maharaj, he took it to the heart. He had so much faith in his word, and since he heard the beauty, he heard the glory of Krishna from a self-realized soul. That self-realization was at least not self-realization, but that longing was transferred to him. And then in that longing, he waited he waited to see Krishna for 1 year. He with that so much patience and with so much longing, he was waiting at that mountain all to see Krishna. But then what happened? He couldn't see Krishna. But then one Swami or one sannyasi came, and he was asking, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He said that I'm waiting for Krishna, but I did not see Krishna till now. Then that sannyasi said to Rasakan that you will not see Krishna here. You have to go on the top of the mountain. So he even put faith on the sannyasi, and he went top of the mountain. And when he went there, he saw Krishna eye to eye. Krishna was so much beautiful that he was he was mesmerized. And then I think he fainted. And after that, Krishna left. But what is the nature of human? Once you get it, you want to get it again and again and again. So he was hankering to see Krishna again and again and again. But by the mercy of Krishna, he got self-realization, and he wrote so many poems on the separation. From Krishna, so many poems. His samadhi is still there in Vrindavan. Has quoted one of his poem in his lecture. So that Baba has got so much from nature. He was very simple and was very innocent. So in his innocence, if somebody is there who is like very complicated, they start questioning, "Oh, really, Krishna? I can see Krishna here. Did you see Krishna? If you did not see, then how you can tell me that I see?" So they became, if they are very complicated in nature, they start questioning, and they lose the golden chance. It's not even golden chance. Golden chance is nothing in front of in front of what Rasakhan got. He would have lose that chance to get to see Krishna eye to eye and go back to God and become self-realized in this lifetime. What price did he pay? He had to just wait for 1 year. He had so much longing to see Krishna. He has so much faith in the word of that Maharaj, and he was very simple. So so when he had these qualities, he could able to attain Krishna very quickly. And so that is also that is what is required for getting Krishna. That bhava, that prema, faith. You should have faith in the words of acharyas. You should have faith in the words of self-realized devotees. And in that faith, if you hear, then you will able to attain Krishna very quickly. That is what I want to say today. If I have spoken anything wrong, please forgive me. If there are any questions or corrections, please please correct me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I want to thank you for the charming and lovely talk today. And I love the story about Vallabhacharya's son.
Yeah.
I actually am reading the 16 works of Vallabhacharya right now.
Oh.
amazing that it came up. The scope of this chapter is amazing. Yes, it is the major developments in thought over thousands of years.
Yeah.
The yoga or the Ashtanga yoga system of Patanjali, and then the Advaita system of Shankaracharya. Me personally, that was what I began studying, then to Ashtanga yoga, and then now
Bhakti yoga.
finding Bhakti yoga and the unparalleled satisfaction of that. It truly is that way.
Yeah.
It is astonishing. Prabhupada condenses the entirety of those systems into a few
Words. Yeah.
yes, and then shows the trajectory and the unparalleled satisfaction.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and the purport is particularly kindling the feeling, yes, the
Yeah.
love, the mood. Um, being here to the ordinary everydayness is something harder to do.
Yeah.
For those of us not sannyas monks,
Uh,
how to cultivate this loving feeling.
this is very easy, Prabhuji, actually. You have to always, so the question here was that how to, if we are not at sannyas level, how to cultivate that quality of bhav by, uh, uh, we are at neophyte stage, so how to cultivate that quality. So I have heard from many senior devotees, and I heard from even Chaitanya Charan Prabhu who just came. He was telling that we have a consciousness of a puddle, and we are aiming to get the consciousness of an ocean.
Yes.
The ocean consciousness is prema, and our consciousness is like a puddle. Puddle in front of ocean is nothing, but we have to gradually increase, and our conviction should gradually, our conviction doesn't change overnight, our conviction change gradually. And how that gradual process happens? Only when we are in the association of devotees. So today's sannyasi did not become sannyasi in one day. Today's sannyasi, they became by doing so much service, and they became by getting so much realization, by staying in association, by reading Prabhupada books, and by going through so much test. They came out of those tests, and then they got so much experience. They did very good sadhana, quality sadhana, and then they were able to attain, and they got, by doing this, they got the grace of Krishna, they got mercy of Srila Prabhupada and mercy of devotees, and by doing this, they were able, they are today where they are. So so, and that is not coming in this lifetime. Maybe they are performing their bhakti from many lifetimes. There can be so many possibilities, but for now, for us, we cannot see that, oh, I might not be performing from many lifetimes, so now there is no hope. I cannot become. No, we should not get discouraged. We should by authorities. Always be in the association of devotees. Read Prabhupada books. Hear the lecture. Like in today's purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, by hearing you will develop faith. So hear and develop faith, and with that strong faith, you do service, and by doing service, you will develop conviction. You will get so much realization. Once you get realization, and you will get reciprocation of from Krishna too. Once you get reciprocation from Krishna, there is no way you are going back. Like that in that example of Rasa Khan Babaji, just he got one glance of Krishna, he was mesmerized. He got that reciprocation, and he was, throughout his life, he was hankering for looking at. He must have seen Krishna again and again, but just that one reciprocation. And how did he went till there? He was a Muslim, not even a Hindu. So he had faith on the words of that acharya, and in that faith he and how if somebody else would have told, he wouldn't have got that faith. But since he heard from the self-realized person, he got that faith. And once he got that faith, he could able to attain unachievable, for at least for, like, it's very far for us, at least for me for now. But it took just 1 year for him to see Krishna and to get that brain. So from hearing, from association, from developing faith will happen from hearing, reading, and doing service. You will also get that bhava. So that is what I can say. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, many thanks. Yes.
Thank you.
Reminds me of, there was a French thinker from the 16th century, Blaise Pascal. Have you heard of Pascal?
No.
He was a genius. He invented certain mathematical things and that sort of thing, but he also believed in Christ. And he had an expression about bending your knees, saying the prayer, and then the belief will come.
Okay.
In the West, it seems a similar.
Oh, yeah.
The more you, as you said, associate and perform seva,
Yes. Hearing.
hearing,
Yes.
that
Yes.
love develops.
Yes. Yes.
Many thanks.
Thank you, Harish. Anybody have any questions on Zoom? Otherwise, we'll end the class.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. As usual, your class was amazing. Every word you spoke was so valuable, and the thing you said, like association is very important, and only hearing from a devotee can increase your faith, and also like imbibe the faith, which is very true, because back in Canada, I had no association. I used to listen to Amarendra Das Prabhu's classes on YouTube, and that just, I don't know when that love and that faith and the devotion, took birth in my heart. I was humbling for association and to see Krishna. And long story short, I somehow came to US and I got Shri Shri Radha Gopijan Vallabh's mercy, and I came here, and I am in amidst of so many wonderful, amazing Vaishnava devotees, and I am very grateful for all of your association. And yes, the other Prabhu who asked a question, and the way you answered, even that was amazing. Like, we are just a puddle and Krishna is an ocean. And very amazing answer, Prabhuji. Like, every word of yours was valuable. Thank you so much for today's class.
Whatever I
Hare
heard,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, your class is always amazing, Prabhuji. Always amazing. You're an excellent listener.
Whatever
And
hearing, I'm speaking Mata. Actually, because of this great association we have here, I'm able to hear so much from so many devotees, and because of this association only, I'm able to speak whatever I'm speaking to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam.
likewise, Prabhuji, because of the association, your association and all other association, I'm listening so many Krishna Katha, and it is amazing. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Rohininandan Prabhu. Very nice class, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Just to hear more, can you please restate the analogy that you gave about Krishna taking steps towards us, wearing those ankle bells? It was such a sweet analogy. Can you please repeat it, Prabhu?
Yeah, so Mataji, what happens when Krishna was when he was a kid, like when he did not even learn to walk from from his, because of as a part of a leela, he was behaving as small child, and he did not even learn to walk till now. Krishna and Balram both. So but they were attracted to hear the noise coming from their ankle bells. So so what they used to do, they used to crawl only to hear the ankle bell. And when they stopped, they were wondering, oh, where is that noise gone? Where is the noise has gone? So again they start crawling and then they'll get that noise. So they will become very happy. Again they'll stop. They will be wondering, oh, no, where is the noise? Where is the noise? So again they crawl. So only to hear that noise, they have realized that the noise is coming from their ankle bells. So only to hear the noise from the ankle bell, they used to crawl. So the analogy here given by Radha Govind Maharaj was Krishna. So the ankle bell represent the servants at the lotus feet of Krishna, and Krishna is so much eager to hear from their servant that he takes every step. He takes whatever step required, and more than that, he is always eager to take so many steps towards his servant only to hear from them. So not only Maharaj said that not only we hear about Krishna, Krishna is also very grateful, and he's always eager to hear from his servants and from his devotees. So he's very grateful, and he always becomes so happy that if somebody is speaking about Krishna, he becomes so happy even in the mocking way. So that is what Maharaj said, Mataji.
Such a sweet analogy, Prabhuji. So nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Ronin. Thank you, Ronin and Prabhu, for amazing analogy. This heard and it's really sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. If no one have any questions, we'll end this class here. Vancha kalpatarubhishya kripa sindhubhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवेंद्र की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai.
समवेत भक्त की जय.
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.